You have a ton of items listed for sale on Poshmark, but you're not seeing the sales that you want to see. You're not seeing any sales. What is going on? Is it Poshmark? Is it you? Let's figure it out. Why your items aren't selling. Poshmark edition. Hi guys! My name is Macy and I am a full-time reseller. You can find out more about me by going to blueconsignment.com. On this channel, I put out reseller content to help you succeed at your reselling business. In today's video, we are going to discuss why your things aren't selling on Poshmark. The number one reason why your items are not selling. You're not sharing them enough. In order for an item to get seen on Poshmark, you have to share it. That means you should be sharing your entire closet every single day. And if you can, share multiple times a day. Let me explain why this is so important. On Poshmark, whenever you search for an item, let's say it's a Urban Outfitters dress, the search result that Poshmark comes up with is going to be sorted by just shared. Therefore, anybody that has just shared their item is going to have their item at the top of the search result. If you haven't shared your item in a month, then it's going to be super far down in the search results. And unless the person's using a ton of filters and trying to find a specific item and there's only a few available on Poshmark, your item won't get seen unless you're sharing. Not to mention everybody that's coming in and listing a new Urban Outfitters dress. Theirs is also getting bumped to the top of the search results. You want your item to be up there competing with the rest. How do you do that? Share every day. If you don't have time to share your items, I know it can be quite the burden and it gets really boring and repetitive, especially whenever you're doing it daily. I understand. I got so tired of it with 800 listings in my closet that I offloaded that task to a VA. If you haven't yet looked into getting a VA for sharing, I would check out Fiverr. That's where I found mine. And he's very cheap. I pay $40 a month for, I don't even know, 18,000 shares or something crazy. He shares my closet 5 times a day. And that's a lot of sharing. And the fact of the matter is that the sales that I make by him sharing my closet quickly pay for the amount it costs to pay him to share my closet. Get them to share your closet so that you don't have to, and your items can get in front of more people and you can make more sales. Number 2, you don't have enough items for sale. The reason that this is so important is that whenever people are shopping on Poshmark, especially if they've already shopped on there before, they know about the bundle feature. And they know that if they get multiple items from a seller, they're only going to have to pay shipping once and they'll probably get a bundle discount. So a lot of people, whenever they go to buy one thing, they're going to check out the person's closet to see if they have anything else that they want to buy. If you don't have enough items listed in your closet, then the buyer's not going to buy anything else. And they might not even buy the item that they were going to buy because they don't want to pay the $7 shipping for just one item. Whereas if they found 2 or 3 things in your closet they want to buy, that might justify the shipping cost for them and they'll have no problem purchasing those 3 items. It's a win-win for both parties because they get a better deal and you make more money. But if you don't have enough items listed for sale, that can't be a reality. Whereas if you have many items in a similar size, in a similar style, it'll be really easy for people to make bundles and you'll see the amount of bundle sales you make increase exponentially. Now, whenever I say you don't have enough items listed for sale, that doesn't just mean quantity. You want your closet to have everything a buyer is looking for. If they're trying to create an outfit, you want your store to have some shoes, you want it to have some bags, you want it to have tops and shorts and swimsuits and pants and dresses and rompers and all the things. So that way if someone finds a romper in your closet for sale, they can find more rompers that they like. Or maybe they find a pair of sandals to go with it. The sales that I make are bundles of similar types of things, like athletic wear. So if a person is coming to my closet and they find a pair of Under Armour leggings, and then they look and they see I also have Aerie leggings, I have Athleta leggings, I have some Under Armour shorts as well, maybe some tank tops. They're going to create an athletic wear bundle and purchase 6 or 7 items from my closet because I have a 20% bundle discount. They only have to pay shipping once. It's a good deal for them. Number 3, your items are priced too high. I have seen this so many times in a person's closet. They'll have a Banana Republic tank top listed for like $30 and it's been used and it's an older style, and I'm like, I don't understand how you're justifying that price, and I'm not gonna pay anywhere near that much for that Banana Republic tank top, because if I go to a Banana Republic outlet, I can get tank tops for like $8. So why would I pay that much for this? You want your items to be priced reasonable enough that if a person is looking through your closet, they're not just gonna scroll through and think, these items are overpriced. I don't want to shop in this person's closet because there's no way I can afford these things. And they're gonna leave. You want them to scroll through and say, oh, these are pretty reasonable prices. This is like clearance or even cheaper than I would get in the store. And I'm seeing a lot of things that I like. This is great. I'm gonna create a bundle. I understand that the way that Poshmark is that you're incentivized to send offers to likers and price drop in order to get your items to sell. Trust me, I use these tactics too. It's a great way to make sales. And in order to provide those price drops or offers to likers, you may price your item a little bit higher than what you actually want to sell it for so that you can make that offer and still feel comfortable with the price that you're selling it for. Totally get that. But your items still have to be reasonably priced. You have to find that middle ground between getting the amount you want for an item and selling it for a reasonable price. What I typically do is I'll go and I'll search for my item that I'm trying to sell on Poshmark, and I'll filter by sold, and I will see how much items are actually selling for on Poshmark. Then I'll add a buffer. If the item's really low, like it's only selling for $8 on Poshmark, I'll add a buffer of like $5. So I might list it for $13 or $14. If an item is selling for $15 or $20, then I'll probably list it at $25 or even $30 to give myself a buffer. Because the higher your price, the higher the discount is going to take off. So usually I add a buffer of $5 to $10, depending on what the item is. You don't want your items priced so high that people are going to be turned off by your closet and walk away. Number 4. You're not selling desirable things. What do I mean by desirable? You have to be selling things that are somewhat trendy, somewhat newer, unless you're going for a vintage vibe, in which case it should be way older. So one of those two. If you're selling things from like 2004, 2008, 2010, those are not going to be desirable right now. Typically. Okay, you're gonna want to sell things that you see a lot of people shopping for. Some examples, I know that if I find a pair of Lululemon leggings, those things will sell so fast because it's desirable. People are looking for Lululemon leggings. Hundreds of thousands of people are searching for Lululemon leggings. Here's how you know if an item is desirable. You list it, and within an hour or two, it has 5 to 10 likes. That item is desirable. You list it and it sells overnight. That item is desirable. You search for the item on Poshmark and go to solds and see a ton of solds and not a ton of active listings. That item is desirable. How you know an item is not desirable? You have had it listed for sale for a couple weeks, a couple months, a year, and it still hasn't sold, or it hasn't gotten very many likes. If an item I have listed for sale has not gotten at least 1 like a week, I'm dropping the price of that item, and I will keep dropping the price until that item is a desirable enough price to get it to sell. Because having a desirable price and having desirable items kind of go hand in hand. People are sometimes willing to take a less desirable item if it's a really good price. Let's use an example. You have a pretty Urban Outfitters dress, but you can tell it's a little bit older. It was probably from 2011 or something. Maybe it's from your own closet, you've had it for years, but you're ready to sell it. It's pretty, it'll sell. It costs so much to buy in the first place. Like, I'm sure I can get a decent price for it. You list it for $25 and a month goes by and it gets 2 likes, no offers. People aren't really that interested in it. What should you do? I would suggest you lower your price significantly on that dress. Drop it to $15. That might make it more desirable. Is it the wrong season for this dress? Is it an off season? Is it dead winter and you're trying to sell a really light and airy summer sundress? that might make it harder to sell, and maybe you just need to hold off until spring or summer and then you'll see that sale. You want to be listing items that are in season, popular, great brands, and priced well. That's a great item. Number 5, you have poor quality listings. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but stick with me. Poshmark is one of those sites that you kind of have to have a little bit prettier of a listing in order to get an item to sell quickly. If your photo is bad, if your title is bad, if your description is lacking, if your price is too high, all of these things can make your item not sell. So what you should do is you should take high quality photos either on a white wall hanging or on a mannequin with a white background. It needs to be well lit if you have studio lights, or maybe you should invest in studio lights. If you have decent overhead lighting, you don't really need to. If you have a good window, you don't need to. If you have a white wall near a window, that is prime real estate right there. Real estate. You don't even have to look any further because that is gold. Add a little bit of editing to the end to make sure that your photos look bright and clean and beautiful, and then get it listed. Title. Your title needs to be maxed out. Use all the characters that Poshmark gives you. It's not that many characters. It's really easy to use them all. Brand goes first, because whenever people are searching on Google for something, Poshmark's listing might show up because you have the brand listed first. Then the style. So if you're listing an Urban Outfitters dress, let's stick with that. You want Urban Outfitters dress. Add more details about the style. Let's say it's a sheer maxi dress. You can say Urban Outfitters sheer maxi dress. Get those keywords in the title. And then I end all my listings with the size, just so that it's super clear what the size is whenever a person is scrolling through my listings or clicks on a listing. They don't have to search for the Poshmark area where it says the size. They can just see it front and center there in the title. Shorten it to SC for size, and then put S for small, M for medium, so forth. Abbreviate it. It only needs to use up 4 characters or 5 characters. Description. Your description should be detailed. You want the buyer to find out everything they ever needed to know about this item in the description without going overboard or using up all your characters. You have 500 available to use. But basically what you want to have in there is some description about what the dress looks like, because sometimes it's honestly kind of hard to tell in photos what is going on with the dress. You can mention the color, you can mention the material, you can mention if there's any details like beading or studs. You can mention if it's in excellent condition, used condition, poor condition. You have to put any flaws with the item in the description. Put everything that you can about the item in the description. The reason why is because whenever a person is searching on Poshmark for something, the search results will look at your description in order to find items that match what the buyer is searching for. So if you have a pair of studded jeans and you put it in your description, Reformation studded jeans, you have that in your description. Should be in your title as well, but put it in the description as well. And a person searches for that. Because you have the word studded and jeans, Reformation in your title, anything that a person is searching for with those keywords will pull your listing, which is great. The more words that you have in the description, the more chance you have of a person finding your listing. I add a ton of detail to my description. Another reason why, other than search result, is because it leads to less questions. People aren't having to ask you about your measurements. People aren't having to ask you what exactly the color is like. People don't have to know if the detailing on the back is beading or if it's studs, because you have it all right there in the description. If the color is pink, but it's more of like a fuchsia pink, put fuchsia pink in the description. If the item is in good condition, but it has a little bit of pilling under the armpit, mention in the description that it has pilling under the armpit. Add the measurements. I usually add bust length, sleeve length for tops, and dresses I'll add the waist along with those things. Pants I'll add the waist, the rise, and the inseam. Some people add leg opening as well, but honestly I only get a question about leg opening like once a year maybe. So it's not that, I don't think it's worth the time. For shoes though, leg opening is important. Well, boots. Retail price doesn't really matter to me. I just put 0. You can put the retail price if you know the retail price. Make sure your brand is actually the brand that the person is searching for. Don't list the dress that is not actually Free People as a Free People dress. That's really annoying. It might get your item seen by more people, but a lot of people will report your item and it'll lead to a lot of frustrated people. It's not worth it. Honestly, Poshmark has a really good search function, and if a person is searching for something, they're gonna find your item if that's what they're looking for. You don't have to play these games like you do on other sites. Alright, let's recap the reason your items aren't selling on Poshmark. 1, you're not sharing enough. Share every day in order to get your items seen and get them sold. This is vital. 2, you don't have enough items for sale. Get more items listed, list everything that you can, get more things, list them too. The more items you have for sale, the better in my opinion, because it gives people a chance to make a bundle and buy to their heart's desire. 3, your items are priced too high. You're not gonna sell a Banana Republic top for $30. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. And your item's not gonna get as many likes as it would if it was priced at a reasonable price to begin with. I know that you want that buffer for offers to likers, but if you lower your price to 20, then you'll get a lot more likes and a lot higher chance of actually selling that item than you will at 30. Just keep that in mind. Make your buffer small. Like, figure out how much it actually sells for and then keep that small buffer. 4, you're not selling desirable things. You need to get things in your closet that people are searching for right now. Items that are in season, items that are a great brand, items that are cute and stylish and are things that models and celebrities and magazines and websites and YouTube and everybody are talking about right now. Great example, tie-dye. Find yourself a few tie-dye dresses, get them listed. 5, you have poor quality listings. You need to get those photos bright and clean and beautiful so that a person can see what they're buying. You need to get your title filled up to the max, your description super detailed, your price on par with what the going rate for an item is. Quick note there, an item is only worth as much as people are willing to pay for it. See what the going rate is. Just because an item was $100 whenever you purchased it doesn't mean it's worth even $20 now. A lot of factors go into pricing. And that's it. That's all the tips I have for you guys today. See what you can improve on, take baby steps, every little bit helps. And also, you can share your items every day. That is a thing you can do right this second to get your items selling. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you found a few things in this video helpful. A few things I wanted to mention before you leave. If you like the sweater I'm wearing, this is a Vintage Editions Van Heusen Grandpa sweater that is for sale in my Poshmark closet. This is it. If you like it, go snatch it up from my Poshmark closet. Links to all of the different sites that I sell on: Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, Curtsy, and my own website, blueconsignment.com, are in the description down below. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you found any of these tips helpful, share the video, get it out in front of more eyeballs, let more people make more sales on Poshmark. If you want to see more reseller content from me, please subscribe. I am going to try to put out videos every week. Add any questions you have or comments down below. I will respond to everybody because I'm just starting out and I want to talk to all of you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Add a little editing to the end to make sure that your brightness is on fleek. Nope.